Let's go.
This is the Spike Rebel experience.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together.
This is the Spike Rebel music experience. Hey world, this is Spike Rebel. This is the Spike Rebel experience, and we're back at you again. Today's special guest is off the chain. This is somebody that I actually admire. She doesn't have an album out, but she is super. If you love anything that like Sarah Vaughan, Dinah Washington, Abby Lincoln, these are old names, but this young lady is definitely a gem that has so much stuff to talk about regarding music. And you'll know what I'm talking about when I invite her to come. Hey, Madeleine Morgan. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for shaking my hand.
Yeah. So, in short, I know that you're a vocalist.
Yeah.
Do you play any instruments?
Oh, only barely.
Okay. So, where did you? Where were you born, and where did all this stuff start?
I was born here in Chicago on the South Side. I think it's South Side. Yeah. Provident, probably.
Okay. And you are a great singer, so the world will get to hear you shortly. Where did you get your influence?
Well, I come from a musical family, I like to say. And so my aunt played music all around Chicago and the areas. And my grandfather played trumpet, my uncle played trumpet, my mother played piano. It was a time.
You have sisters?
Oh, yes, I have 5 sisters, but they didn't want to teach us how to play any instruments because they didn't want to hear the noise.
Okay. So what did you know that you had this special gift singing?
I never considered it a special gift because we were always doing it. You know, there was always music, there was always singing, there was always somebody trying to perform.
In the family.
In the family.
Right.
Well, so Ruth, that was my aunt, she would go out and she would play, and then my Aunt Baby Ruth and my mother would go out and hang in the lounges. You get those little photos of people in the bars, and you know, and so they would go out, they would sing, they would perform, they would play. So they always came home, ha ha ha, and who's that shrimp? White shrimp, bring white shrimp home, and crackers, and we would get up and see if we could get some, or White Castles or something like that, and they would talk and they would drink and they would. It was an interesting club time, and I just heard stories of them because I'm so young. And other people would, you know, talk about how wonderful like 63rd Street was in the day and all the clubs that were around. And so they were part of that. They were really a part of that.
So, sound like you're talking about a time period before I was here.
Oh,
so
yeah, before I was
question,
here, too, yeah.
What was the music scene like the pianos, and what was the vibe? Like, I think earlier in another conversation you was mentioning how the piano was booming back in the time.
Yeah, at the turn of the last century, in the 1900s, the piano... There were so many piano manufacturers. They were like making 4,000 pianos a year, the piano manufacturers. There were just little piano manufacturers all over the country because that was how people entertained themselves.
In the homes.
In the homes, yeah, because there was no media. There was not any
no
electricity. There was no electricity. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
You know, it wasn't widespread, especially in 1900, you know. So people had pianos, people took piano lessons, people learned how to play musical instruments. So there was a lot of music in the home. And that's how people entertained themselves. I remember I had a family friend, his name was Buddy. He liked to call himself Peepopotamo. And he would come over with the wash tub and the little string coming out, the wash tub bass.
Something like Fred Sanford.
Wash tub bass, and he would play the bass, and they would play the piano because we had piano,
right.
You know, and then we would sing and we would perform. And
right. So you're really a songstress. Like, how many songs do you know? Approximately.
I don't know how many songs I
Hundreds?
know. I think I might, I don't know. Yeah, hundreds. Okay, let's go to hundreds. High hundreds.
Your first song was probably when you were what?
My
You're going back now. If you can remember that. What was your first, like, big song you pulled off somewhere in school?
Well, I'll tell you this. I was excited in kindergarten when they were going to have a talent show because I like to sing. We always performed, you know. And so I came home and I told my mother I was going to be in the talent show. And so she asked me what was I going to sing. And I said I was going to sing My Man.
At 5, how old were you?
Yeah, well, you know, 5. And so the words are, I was born in December, so I might have been 6, who knows, you know. It cost me a lot, but there's one thing that I've got, my man.
Wow.
2 or 3
In
girls has
kindergarten,
he
yeah.
that he likes as well as me,
Yeah.
but I love him. I don't know why I should. He isn't good. He isn't true. He beats me too. What can I do? Oh, my man, I love him so. He'll never know. All my life is just despair, but I don't care. You know?
So that was a huge applaud, or that was like...
That was what I was going to sing, you know. And my mother knew I could sing it, but she told me not to. She told me to pick a child song to sing.
Okay.
I don't know what I picked to sing, but it wasn't my man.
Wow.
I was ready for that.
So do you have a band?
No, I don't have a band.
What do you think about live versus... well, you sing jazz stuff, so I know you probably prefer the live drummer, the bass upright.
Yeah, well, I prefer collaboration. And if I have a track, there's not any kind of... Can't any change it?
Huh?
No, it's just strictly, I can do whatever I want to in it, but I don't hear anything coming at me for information about different things. It's all got to be from me. Yeah.
So what do you think about the musicians that are like the drummer? Tell me about
my second husband was a drummer, a jazz drummer, and.
So he was controlling, huh? Controlling the flow.
So I view drummers as control freaks now, time lords.
Time lord, I like that. Time lords.
They keep time, and you have to keep time with them, or else you fall behind.
Wow. Do you have a favorite instrument?
There are so many wonderful instruments that can play beautiful melodies. I don't have a favorite instrument. The only thing I can say about an instrument and hearing it is that the person that's playing the instrument.
Right.
I prefer just high quality performance of whatever instrument. And so, I always tried to get my husband and I to just do singing and a drum, and I'm like, oh, that's not how you do it. You have to have a piano here and a bass here and a drum there, and you have to, because he was a traditionalist.
So you're open. So like if I asked you what's your favorite color, you say I like probably a lot of colors.
No, I would say that I can't tell you that because that's the question they ask on a lot of sites for security.
Well,
so I can't tell you my favorite color or my mother's maiden name.
what's your I really wanted to ask, like, what do you feel about music with the community or our youth with today's digital music versus how you came up? It's totally two different worlds.
I think that the music today, the music our youth are producing is very interesting. I'm impressed with how literate they can be in their creative way. Literate, yes.
Right, so they're very expressive.
And creative. I mean, they're not traditionalist at all, but that's what youth does. They expand on what's here. And the thing that I don't appreciate is how...
Uh-oh. Well, yeah, you're probably going to speak the truth. Go ahead.
Misogynistic they are.
Say that word again?
We need to probably look that up, but how they're just against so much instead of for so much, so against so much kinds of life, so much expressions.
Negative expressions.
Yeah. Well, that's,
you don't want to say it. Well, go ahead.
So anyway, and it's basically rhythms and not music that I hear with them. Ooh. And so the rhythms is a way we communicated in the past across territories and stuff. And so I don't have any objection to a rhythm. It's just not musical. You know, it's more rhythmic than musical, but it is creative. And I look at it like an 80-year-old with the tattoo "Born to Die" on them. That's they're going to be singing those songs with those
Wow.
lyrics. If they had a more positive approach to life, if life was more positively approached to them, then they probably could have a more positive approach to music, more cultural. So the music that I like to do is music from the Great Migration, which was a more positive approach because there was hope coming from the South to the North that you could live a better life. And with the different sections of the South moving north or to better territories, there is a mixture of musics. And that created jazz and blues and gospel, which I think is a foundation I like to explore and keep going. And
No, go ahead. I'm saying you saying some real stuff. Wow. Go ahead.
And I would say that the copyright laws keep sort of those kinds of songs from being kept in the public ear,
Okay.
can I say, because so many people don't want to do those songs because of all the
Well,
restrictions.
I got another question,
Okay.
which I'm pretty sure, like, I love music as a producer, singer, writer, but outside of that, I think I'm pretty decent at art. What else are you good at? And I know it's something. Yeah.
I go to do a lot of things, but right now another interest is gardening.
Gardening
Yeah.
in Chicago on
Oh.
the roof or something with the future. No.
There's a great gardening movement in the country right now, and for small farms and backyard gardening and rooftop gardening, sure, but there's all kinds. But the thing, the reason that's something I'm really moving for is because there's so little food security. And
Okay, talk. Go ahead. I see this is going somewhere.
yes, food security. So if you control where your food comes from, then you know the quality of your food. If you look at the food that we have today, it's from South America, it's from China, it's from all kinds of places. But
Right.
if you grow your food, you build community, you build a sense of patience in your life, and you also understand how much control you really have.
So we're losing some of that with, I don't, is the word corporate
Oh.
or commune? What is the word? I'm just trying to play it today.
No. We're losing that because we're becoming more technological and less interactive with people. We don't have community.
Wow.
And because the society wants to make us consumers instead of people, they've made the corporations people instead of people being people. So the way we continue to be able to express ourselves without too many restrictive laws against us is to build community and have communities build responsibility for its members rather than
So, go ahead.
corporations and other entities.
So how does that tie into music also?
Well, of course it does. Everything is music. Music is expression. What I like about music is it's invisible. It's invisible, and you can't really, it's there and it's gone. So like when my grandfather, who was senile, played, every time I hear the music, every time I feel the spirit
Right.
moving in my soul, I will pray when the last notes faded from the atmosphere. He would play it again.
Drive you crazy.
But no, not crazy. It was annoying. You know how you are with older people. So anyway, but that's what music does. It's there and then it just disappears like smoke or bubbles or something like that. And that's what I like about music.
Well, what I like about your music, from what I've heard and seen you in a few things, is that it's got that quality that lasts. It's not like I do keep up with some of the stuff on the radio, but that's timeless. A lot of the stuff you're singing, whether they play it on the radio or not, it's timeless, and I can remember it. Probably driving my car for 12 hours and just never get tired of it. So I miss that, and I would like to hear you sing something.
Yeah, okay. I call my music vintage, nurturing, musical comfort food. That's the way I like to look at it.
Music for the soul, food for the soul. Yes. So with that,
I'll be happy to sing.
You would do a song
Oh,
or two?
yeah. Or two.
Or three?
Or three.
I know
I'd
you
be
know
happy.
hundreds of songs. Well, thank you for coming on the show and
Thank you for
sharing
having
so
me
much
and talking to
knowledge.
me.
Yeah, one day we're going to jam together.
One day.
Yeah. Hey, we'll be right back with Madeleine Morgan. Check it out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Madeleine Morgan.
Do nothing till you hear from me. Pay no attention to what's said. Why people tear the seams of anyone's dream is over my head. Do nothing till you hear from me. At least consider our romance. If you should take the word of others you've heard, I haven't a chance. It's true, I've been seen with somebody new. But does that mean I've been untrue? When we're apart, the words in my heart reveal how I feel about you. Some kiss may cloud my memory, other arms may hold a thrill. But please, do nothing till you hear it from me, and you never will. Do nothing till you hear from me. Pay no attention to what's said. Why people tear the seams of anyone's dreams is way over my head. Do nothing till you hear from me. At least consider our romance. If you should take the word of others you've heard, I haven't a chance. It's true, I've been seen with somebody new. Does that mean I've been untrue? When we're apart, the words in my heart reveal how I feel about you. Some kiss may cloud my memory, some other arms may hold a thrill. But please, do nothing till you hear from me. Do nothing till you hear from me. Do nothing till you hear it from me, and you never will.
All right, that was Do Nothing by Madeleine Morgan. Next piece, I love being here with you, Madeleine Morgan.
I love the East, I love the West, and North and South, they're both the best. But I only go there as a guest, 'cause I love being here with you. I love the sea, love the shore, I love the rocks, and what is more, with you, they'd never be a bore, 'cause I love being here with you. Singing in the shower, laughing by the hour, life, such a groovy game. Love all kinds of weather long as we're together. I love to hear you say my name. I love good wine and fine cuisine. Candlelight, I dig the scene. Baby, you know just what I mean. I love being here with you. I love a dance by Fred Astaire, Brando's eyes, Yul Brynner's hair. Can I tell you, 'cause it's only fair, that I love being here with you. And Cary Grant, ooh, do that day, his other charms take me away. Baby, how do you say I love being here with you? Basie's band is swinging, love Ella singing, 'cause there's something else you know. They know how to play it, they know how to say it, they wind it up and let it blow. I love the thrill of New York shows, and I'd love to kiss Durante's nose. And may I say, before I close, that I love being here with you and you and you and you and you and you and all of you. Love being here with you. I am sitting and waiting like a good little girl. I am sitting and waiting in the silence. I am wishing and hoping like a good little girl for the power to capture my dreams. What's that word? What's that sound? What's that voice I hear? It's not you. It's not them. It's the silence. I hear murmurs of nurture, murmurs of love, murmurs that make the way clear. I hear murmurs of solace, murmurs of peace, murmurs that make it all so. Feel the joy and the laughter, feel the happy ever after. Feel the silence to capture your dreams. Fulfill your wish, accept that it's already yours. To compassion, say yes. To forgiveness, say yes. To love and success, say yes. Feel the joy and the laughter. Feel the happy ever after. Feel the silence. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. That was Madeleine Morgan
Oh,
doing
that
it
was rough.
all by herself.
Hey, thanks, Madeleine, for coming on the Spike Rebel Experience Show.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. Lots of fun.
So, you have anything particularly coming up?
I'm going to be singing around the city of Chicago in the neighborhood. Yeah.
Okay, so there it is, one of Chicago's gems that, you know, I have to put it out there. They exist here in Chicago and other places. Okay, if you like the art, the music, that's what it's all about. The art, music community, and pushing artists and entrepreneurs who do things that that the world needs to see. All right, so check us out, Spike Rebel Music. At stagetheshow.tv. That's where you can check us out. Until then, peace and soul.
Let's go.
This is the Spike Rebel Experience.